what NFC and AFC players are going to take a leap this season? Who do we have taking a big, massive jump as we head into preseason on Sunday?
I'll uh I'll start with some interesting ones. First, I'm gonna start with Devin Witherspoon. I think this kid's going to be very good this year. I don't know why. I don't. I think he could be a household name if he's able to stay healthy. Um, Devin Witherspoon, if anyone doesn't know, is on the Seahawks. He's a corner for them. But he was already elite last year. He was already locked down pretty much everywhere he was. He was great at pass breakups. He was great at blitzes. And I remember seeing him blitz. They used him on the blitz and the nickel all the time, or corner blitzes, which was crazy. I think he's going to be great for the Seahawks. They got a stud out of him, and Christian Gonzalez, another corner on the Patriots. Uh, Despite injuries, I think he could end up being the best corner in the league eventually. Um, I mean, the Patriots always bring in some great corners. I don't really understand how or why, but they always got these great defensive pieces. It doesn't matter where. And another defensive player, Chris, I think you'll like this one. Edgerrin Cooper.
Edgerrin.
Edgerrin Cooper. I always struggle at it, but I think he's going to be a top 10 defensive player of the year or this year. Because I mean, your defense is pretty much, I would say, wide open on the linebacker line area. And I think he's very quick off the line. He's a very quick linebacker, and I don't know. I think he's going to jump up this year. Now, offensively, for me, real quick, I'm going to do. I think I'll. I think I like to see Zay Flowers do a little bit more this year. I think he might be a little bit quicker this year. I think he'll he'll start a little slow, maybe. I don't know. I want him to break out this year. I really do. Um, I think this is his year, as the Ravens are just a crazy team this year. I don't know how they did it, but I think he'll take a big leap to be that true number one wide receiver on their team. Um, and another wide receiver that I really want to see do good is Jordan Addison. I know JJ takes up all the spotlight, but with McCarthy as their quarterback now, I mean, he's gonna have to be spreading the ball around a little bit more. So I think Jordan Addison's also another good pick. Now for the quarterback, I really want real quick, really want Anthony Richardson to be good. I really do. I don't think it's gonna happen. Uh, I think Daniel Jones might beat him out, which kind of sucks. But that's one player. And another player, real quick. I know he won a ring last year, but can we talk about Zach Bond in his rookie year? I mean, oh no, not his rookie year. Not my bad. Not his rookie year. Like his rookie debut year, really. Like he really came to
His
life.
first year, yeah,
First
with the
real
Eagles.
year. First real year with the Eagles, and he just takes it to the house, takes it all the way, and gets his ring and becomes one of the best, if not the best linebacker in the league. I still think Fred Warner is the best in the league right now. But Zach Bond, I know he's on the Saints. He was a special teamer on the Saints, and now he had this breakout year last year. I think he's going to be even better this year. So those are my players that I think are going to be great. Let me know if you guys like them in the comments if you see this later on. But yeah,
I mean, I like a lot of those picks. You actually stole Jordan Addison from me. I think a wide receiver that could have a really good season this year because he had a really good end of the year last year is Lad McConkey from the Chargers. I mean,
I didn't want to say
he's
it, but I'm
He
gonna.
already
a
took him.
fantastic player. He really came alive the second half of last year. I'm excited to see what he's able to do this year. Chargers drafted another wide receiver, Trey Harris, I believe his name is.
Ooh-wee. Let me talk. Oh man, don't even get me started.
Out of
Trey Harris didn't look good last week, but he'll be great.
I mean, it's week one of the preseason. I don't take a ton of. I mean, if you think about it, the 0-16 Lions went undefeated in the preseason, so it doesn't mean much to me. But I could really see Lad McConkey jumping into the wide receiver one. Obviously, he's not as good as a Justin Jefferson or a Jamar Chase, but he could enter that good to elite tier of wide receivers this year. Could also see Roma Dunze taking a step for the Bears this year. He struggled at times last year, wasn't quite up to standard for what we thought he could have been, especially with where he was drafted and being in that top wide receiver of the draft conversation. I could really see him taking a step forward this year. Two guys that I think are really going to be impact players for their teams right away. And I had someone on defense, but I completely blanked on it. So, Jalen, you can go ahead.
Oh, real quick. The wide receiver that was with Trey Harris on the Chargers is Keandre Lambert-Smith. I think he's going to be a stud too. Just to put that out there, everyone. I know I'm biased, but he looked crazy last week against the Lions.
Oh, I'm gonna be biased. I'm gonna take Bo Nix. I think for my AFC, I'm biased. So I think Bo Nix, he had a 57 QBR last year. I think that goes up.
Hope
He
so.
obviously he took a step toward the back half
He did.
of
Yeah, he
the
had a Jordan
Denver
Love kind
Broncos, and he led them to a postseason, which I was very impressed with myself. I mean, I thought he was going to be a bust to begin with, but
really.
for him to turn out to, yeah, because I thought he was going to be like a Marcus Mariota type, come in with a lot of hype and
I
just.
don't know, Marcus Mariota, he was tough.
Yeah, he was tough, but
He was put on the
In
tight.
college, he was incredible.
Oh my
I didn't
god!
think he was going to be a true QB1 in the
He's the
league.
reason I'm an Oregon fan.
I didn't think he was going to be like a true QB1 like Justin Herbert was. So, you know how Oregon quarterbacks are, but he came from Auburn though, which is insane. Cam, but he had 12 interceptions. I believe that goes down to single digits this year. I believe I think he reached that 4,000 yard mark. He had 3,775 this year. I think he'll hit that 4,000 mark. I think he'll have about 30 touchdowns. So I think he takes a massive jump. And yes, I'm biased, but
touchdowns.
yeah, he had 27. I mean, he had 29 this year.
I think he's gonna have like 26 this year, to be honest. But
I think he'll hit that 32, 33 mark.
I think his passer rating will be way better than last.
Oh yeah, that QBR is gonna be up.
I mean, he started last year rough. It was a really rough start for him, but down the stretch, he was good for them and was a big reason why Denver was able to get to the postseason.
I mean, he immediately took a leap instantly. I think it was like after the bye week and he just started playing different. I'm like,
yeah,
all right, I guess he needed that bye.
Who's your NFC?
NFC, I like. He's in a great situation. I think George Pickens. I think George Pickens might take a leap. I think he'll reach 1,000 this year.
Cowboys?
Yeah.
Okay.
He actually has a quarterback that will be able to throw him the ball. Yes, Dak Prescott is not the
greatest. He's good though. He's good.
He's not the oh my god.
I mean, he puts up numbers. There's no doubt about that.
He puts up numbers. He's not bad. He's just,
oh my god. He's Patrick Mahomes. He's Lamar Jackson. No, we're not saying he's those guys, Josh Allen type, but he still can sling the football. I mean, look how CeeDee Lamb looked and with him on and with him off. I mean, he was a perennial 1,000, 1,300 yard receiver.
Mm-hmm.
And I believe, and George Pickens had 900 last year with no quarterback. So imagine what he's gonna do this year. I mean, I think the Dallas Cowboys are a lot better on offense than a lot of people think.
The only thing with the Cowboys is lack of running game. They don't have a ton.
For some reason, they used to have a really good run game, and now they just don't. They have
it really started going downhill 2 years ago when they relied on Tony Pollard to be their one.
But he was good though. He was good though for like a.
I mean, he was good, but he wasn't what a lot of people thought he could have been. And then last year, Pollard went to the Titans, and well, there was no running game really. I mean, Zeke was, he's old, not really super effective anymore, and no one else in that backfield really took a huge step. Rico Dowdle was average at best, and far below at worst.
When I think what was it? Was Russ? No, Russ wasn't there in 2023. It was like some Mason Rudolph, I think.
I think he was there in 2023.
Are we talking Pittsburgh right now?
Yeah.
Oh, Russ was in Pittsburgh last year, and then he got traded.
Who was it?
He was on the Broncos in 2023.
Yeah. So he put up 1,100 yards with no quarterback. George Pickens. He had 1,140. With what? He had 5 touchdowns, the most he had in his career.
Was it Pickett?
So I believe.
Yeah, that was with Kenny Pickett.
Yeah, he had 1,100 yards with Kenny Pickett.
That's tough.
Like 1,100. Man, he's gonna take a leap this year, especially playing alongside an elite wide receiver with CeeDee Lamb. He's definitely taking a leap.
I got a quick question for both of you because I don't know. I don't know about this player like at all really anymore. Like I don't know what's in his head, how he plays. How do you guys think Trevor Lawrence is going to play this year? Because I genuinely.
This is such a Sam question, and he's not on today.
Tough.
But
I really don't know what to expect from him. I feel like he has.
I think that he
with
could
that
actually
beef with
have a
Travis
good year
Hunter,
because he's got no excuses anymore. That's the biggest thing. Like through the other years, you could kind of make excuses for him and say, oh, the O-line failed him, this failed him, that failed him. They have a decent enough running game with Tank Bigsby and ETN. They have two good receivers on that team.
Four running backs. Yeah, they have 4 good running backs. It's crazy.
Evan Engram is still on their roster, right? I'm not tripping about that.
No, he left. He went to the Broncos, didn't he? Evan Engram?
And it's been so long since I thought about the Jaguars, really.
I'm pretty sure he's on the Broncos. Hold on.
But yeah, I mean,
yeah, he did. He signed with the Broncos, but that's actually a good move for them. But there's still 2 good receivers. Brian Thomas was one of the best wide receivers in the league going down the stretch last year. Insane deep threat, crazy route running, just a great wide receiver. Travis Hunter, he's kind of raw on the offensive side of the ball, but I expect him to really start picking it up in the second half like most rookies do.
I sent the clip of what was that in the Instagram group chat, I think it was. Of Travis Hunter, and oh my gosh,
man, he looks good.
I said, oh
he
my
looks
God.
good. Man. He looks good.
He hovers.
Man, I feel bad for him.
Like,
he's not winning that.
Trevor Lawrence is going to, I think, look a lot better than people think. But
if he's bad this year, you might as well. If Trevor Lawrence struggles in any way, shape, or form this year, I think it's time to move on because
they should have drafted him.
To this point, with the exception of one stretch in his second year of starting, he hasn't really looked like a franchise quarterback at all. He's one of the most overpaid quarterbacks in the NFL. His contract is ginormous, and he's got to start playing up to that level and get the Jaguars back in a contending position again. First year head coach, one of the guys who helped fix Baker Mayfield and get him into the quarterback we know him as today. So there's really no excuses for him in my eyes. If he struggles this year, that's pretty much it for him.
I don't
they should have took Shedeur Sanders.
They're not going to get rid of him because Trevor Lawrence is a household name. We all know how great he was at Clemson. I know we can't really talk about college anymore, but the guy was unreal coming into the league. He had a great year that one time he went to the playoffs. He should have beat the Chiefs that year. Fun fact, if you guys didn't watch that game, I don't know if you guys remember it, but he should have beat that team. But again, you know how the Chiefs are with the refs. I hate to say it, but it's true. But they should have won that game. But Trevor Lawrence since then hasn't been the same. I don't know what it is. I know he's been hurt, but also just when he plays, he just doesn't look in it. Like he doesn't look like he's in the game. Like I don't know what to expect from him at all this year, dude. I really hope he does good because I'm not a Trevor Lawrence fan, but like you said, Chris, like if you're getting paid that much, I want to see something, you know? I want to see this guy perform at a high level coming few years. So I mean, especially this year, dude. I just think you're absolutely correct on that new coach. Fix Baker Mayfield. He can fix Trevor Lawrence, especially with that the high end that Trevor Lawrence started with, like Baker Mayfield. So I don't know what to expect. That's one of the question marks I have for sure. I also want to say that I don't know what the hell Russ is going to do in New York. I don't know what's going to happen with that.
He's going to start the season, and then it'll probably be given to Jackson Dart.
No, Dart sucks. He hasn't had a good training camp whatsoever.
Oh, I know, but they invested their future in him by trading back into the draft, so they're going to play him.
I mean, the thing is, how much can we take from training camp? Like, really,
it's important, bro. I don't know why people.
I mean, it's important. No, I'm not saying it's not important. I'm just saying, like, there's guys that look like crap in training camp, go out there week 1, and they're fine.
But
it's like.
But Chris's
quarterback position is very different, though. You have to be able to be timing-wise and knowing the wide receivers and knowing what routes they like or how they come off routes. That's important.
I know what you're saying, but are you guys – I've seen a lot of clips about Caleb Williams struggling in camp. Are you guys concerned about that?
Yes, he was not that great last year. I'm very concerned. He held the ball too long last year. I know that his O-line sucked. He was the most sacked quarterback last year by a mile. But he held the ball a lot, and he didn't know how to make his reads very well last year. It's a little concerning because you should be able to see some type of leap from this type of guy this type of talent that Caleb Williams was so hyped around. I mean,
I never bought into it, but
no, I know. I'm just saying, just in general though, like most Bears fan thinks that this guy's going to be the next Patrick Mahomes because his arm strength, his accuracy sometimes, like I just, bro, this training camp for quarterbacks is so important to me. Like I feel like you have to have a good training camp.
It
in order
is
to be able to exceed to the next level, which is start. Like
George Sanders has 70%. He didn't throw no interceptions. He threw 6 touchdowns.
Justin Fields has had a horrible practice week last year. He completed like 7 passes and like missed on 30 of them and like 4 interceptions. It's concerning.
I think that going back to Jackson Dart though, he should sit the entire year because there's a big thing about rookie quarterbacks being thrown into the fire, and it just doesn't help them.
Oh,
like if we look at
Go ahead.
We look at guys like Justin Fields, for example, who had a lot of potential coming out of college. Having to rush his decisions completely ruined how he sees the field. And it's entirely possible that the same thing happened to Caleb because Caleb was behind such a trash line last year. His entire decision-making process is ruined because of that. He doesn't really know how to do things with time. He held onto the ball too long a lot last year. There were a lot of issues that were created because he went in right away. And if you look at a guy like Aaron Rodgers or Jordan Love, I know that these are kind of the exceptions maybe a little bit, but they were able to sit behind a Hall of Fame quarterback. I know not every team has that luxury, but you see these guys sit on the bench. They learn the playbook. They know it inside and out. They're clipboard managers on the sideline. They know everything. And during that time, they just tweak their fundamentals. They get to learn the game a bit more and really just develop as a player without having to worry about getting killed week in and week out.
Look, man, I love, speaking of rookie quarterbacks, to sit the whole year, Michael Penix Jr. is going to take a big leap this year because he sat behind Matt Ryan, a former MVP, or not Matt Ryan, Kirk Cousins. He sucks, but he sat behind Kirk Cousins, who was pretty good at one point, and he learned the offense pretty well. And I think Michael Penix might be very underrated this year. Going into this year, no one's talking about him because he didn't play last year. So I'm looking forward to Michael Penix Jr. He could have been in the Rookie of the Year race last year if he started, I think.
He can. That's what I told people when he was coming out of college. I was like, he could sling that ball. The only biggest concern was his injury, was his legs. But I was like, man can still sling that ball.
Yeah, he's tough.
Like, his spiral is insane.
Yeah.
I think the biggest thing going off of that, I thought about actually sharing Drake London as a potential like breakout candidate. He showed a lot of promise last year with Kirk. He was a top 5 wide receiver in fantasy. Obviously, fantasy is not real life. But at the start of the year, he was one of the best wide receivers in fantasy. And he was getting 9-10 targets a game. He's a good wide receiver. And I think if Penix takes a step, it's because Drake London takes a step with him. So he's another person that I think could be panned out for a breakout this year.
You gonna say Josh Allen take a leap? No. But